Today Around Kansas is in Eudora, Kansas, actually a little bit west of Eudora, and we're at Davenport Winery. Today we're going to find out that grapes are 100% grown right here in Kansas to make 100% Kansas wine. It's going to be a fun day here on Around Kansas.
Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of Dorothy Stream. We're the best part of Dorothy Stream.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, dressing Northeast Kansas their Western best for almost 60 years. Winemaking in Kansas, absolutely. So we want to show you kind of the process from the beginning to the end, actually. So we are at Davenport Winery, which is just outside Eudora, just outside Lawrence, Kansas. This is Greg Shipe. He's the owner of this vineyard. Greg, welcome.
Well, I'm the owner with my wife, Charlie Glinka. And we started this winery in 1997.
Wow.
The first grapes planted in 1990, so they're hitting 23 on some of them.
Wow. And we're going to be showing the grape harvest today, at least some of it. Today you guys are harvesting what?
A grape called Vignole, Vingoles.
Okay, and it's used for?
Usually for a sweet wine, sometimes a late harvest wine, if we can let it hang long enough.
I see. And so how do you, in other words, I know there are a lot of volunteers here today. Is that tradition?
In Kansas, yeah, there's a tradition of volunteers. Today we have a weekday, which isn't as many volunteers, but we pick all week or whenever the grapes are ready, and anybody that has a day off or free time, they can come out and help us.
Okay. The question is how do you know what is the optimum time to harvest the grapes?
Well, we can measure the sugar content by Brix. It's a refractometer. And then we can measure the pH. But the real test comes in by tasting. The flavor has to be in the grape or it'll never end up in the wine.
I see. Okay. And then they're harvested and then you crush them and...
Well, in the Vignole, it's a white grape, so we'll harvest it, crush it, press it, and then put it in a tank.
Okay, so what's the difference between crushing and then pressing? Explain that.
Well, pressing will separate the juice from the pulp.
I see.
So we don't, on red wines, we'll leave it on the pulp to ferment. We call it the must.
Okay. And then after the husks are still there, what do you do with those?
They can make good compost.
Okay. And sometimes, don't some of the cattle farmers use them as feed for their cattle?
I don't know if cattle would do good for that. I have to check in on that. I think pigs would be okay with it.
Pigs would be good with it? Okay.
I know beer making, it's good to take that stuff back to the cattle.
Yeah. Okay, now, as you know, this is a co-production of Ren Radio. And when I spoke to you one time, we had talked about that the farm was and is named the Jenny Wren Farm. Can you give us a little history?
Well, that was the farm that was east of Lawrence called Jenny Wren Farm. Grandparents bought it, I think, from the Brand family in 1949, and the last of it was sold just a few years ago. It was a really nice place. There was a horse racing track out there, many barns, horse racing barn, horse barn, cattle barn, big rock barn. It was quite the place.
Wow. Okay.
250 acres, I think. And now Hidden Valley Girl Scout camp is on 40 acres of that.
Wow. Okay. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the varieties of grapes that are grown here at Davenport Winery.
Welcome to the Topeka room of the Shawnee County Public Library. If there's anything I love better than researching and writing about history, it's sharing it with people. I've spoken to hundreds of groups throughout the nation on C-SPAN, on numerous documentaries on different channels, and the sharing of your incredible history gives me so much pleasure, and I'd love to come and visit your group and share that with you. You can find me on Facebook. You can drop me an email, debbeisel@yahoo.com. You might even come in here to the library, and I'm sure they will always know where to find me.
Innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
And now here's another gardening tip with Dave Jackson.
The secret to a dark, green, lush, healthy lawn begins with testing your soil for proper pH and fertility, planting high-quality, weed-free seed, and applying the correct fertilizers and herbicides at the proper time. Let Jackson's and Fertilome products help you succeed with your lawn.
Our Tri-Power Turf Type Fescue is 100% weed-free and on sale now. Stop in for answers to all your lawn questions and get a great deal on our Tri-Power and new lawn starter.
Dr. Dan here. Whether I'm driving up and down the roads covering the state of Kansas, or I'm getting between Riley and Manhattan for my job, I'm driving a Ford truck. I'd like you to come out and visit my friends here at Dick Edwards Ford. They have a truck that'll suit your needs, whether you're looking for power with a Power Stroke diesel, or if you're looking for fuel efficiency with the new EcoBoost engine, they got a truck that's just right for you. They're located 2 miles east of the Town Center Mall in Manhattan, Kansas, and they'll bend over backwards to help you. And I'll see you down the road.
This segment brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Okay, while you were watching a few great commercials, we moved to another block here at the Davenport Winery. Now, you do call the various sections blocks?
Yes, we have the grapes planted in blocks so we can keep it straight where things are.
Oh, okay, so it's like go to block 14 and this is the time to harvest?
No, we just say block Norton or block Vignola.
Ah, okay. Well, now that you mentioned Norton, are we not right here with some Norton grapes?
This is the Norton grape. This grape was developed by Dr. Norton about 1827 in Virginia. Thought to be a true American grape, but recently discovered a few years ago, probably 7 years ago, they found Dr. Norton's papers in a distant relative's attic and discovered a vinifera grape from France in it. It is now the state grape of Missouri. I think that's where Missouri actually probably brought it back from Prohibition, because they still had some tucked away.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kansas was, what, number 4 in winemaking before Prohibition?
Well, that's hard to come up with. If you found it, that'd be good. I'd like to see what it is. I heard it was in the top 10, and we're guessing 6. I am, anyway, because there's some other states that were mentioned.
All right, now the Norton grape, because I'm kind of a novice wine connoisseur. I mean, I love to experiment with wines, and Norton happens to be one of my most favorite, but I thought you just made one wine from it. Is that not so?
I make 6 different wines from Norton. We do variations of Norton on without oak, with oak, and different types of oak. And then we do a blush, which you'll probably not find anyplace else, because it's quite expensive to do a blush. You don't get a lot of juice out of Norton. That's why it's kind of a waste when you press it to make a blush. A blush is where you destem it, crush it, press it, and ferment the juice and discard the skins and seeds, just like you were making a white wine.
Wow.
Norton also has a really red pigment in it, probably one of the highest resveratrols grapes. Good stuff for your heart.
Okay. Now, these will be ready for harvest when?
Well, I'm looking at probably late September.
Late September.
This month, yeah.
Okay.
We've even harvested it mid-October before. This year is running about a month late, so it could even be later than that. We'll
Okay.
just keep watching it.
So then you crush them, and then do you press these as well?
No, we'll crush them, destem them and crush them, pump them into a tank, throw in the yeast and ferment it. And when all the fermentation is gone, which is done, which could be on Norton's probably a week to 10 days, 2 weeks, then we'll press it. we'll pump it to the press and press it, separate the juice from the wine. Actually, it's wine then, the wine from the must, and then we'll put it in tanks and let it settle.
Okay, so then vintage 2013 would be ready for consumption when?
It depends. Some of our wines will age for, we'd like to do 30 months, but we'll, if we need it, we'll do 24 months. We did one that was 42 months, so it was outstanding.
Wow. Okay. Now, do you, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you do a champagne?
I play with champagne. I don't have one to sell right now, but we have some that we need to learn how to disgorge.
Okay. I thought I saw something on the website, something about the champagne. But now, because I know at one time you could only say it was champagne if it came from Champagne, France.
Well, you're correct. We could not call it champagne.
Okay.
It would have to be sparkling wine.
I see. Sparkling wine. Okay.
The one we did make and sell was out of apple, and then we called that Scrumpy. And that's something sold in the pubs in England.
Okay. Now, you have several varieties of wine. And again, from the Norton, you say you have several different wines there. How many different wines do you have?
Well, we make about 40 different wines, and we have 17 different varieties of grapes. And what we're proud of is we're 100% Kansas grown, always have been, always will be. If we run low, we just keep planting more grapes. We've got more ground set aside and another irrigation well put down to expand.
Okay. And so you have wines for everyone's taste. I mean, someone that wants a sweet wine.
Got that.
And dry wines.
Very dry wine.
Dessert wines.
Dessert wines, that's ports.
Wow. Okay. Well, we were at your tasting room over at Matrot Castle in Topeka and got to sample a lot of them, and wow, were they good.
Well, thank you.
All right. We'll be back. Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need.
At Wildcat Feeds, the only feed that matters is yours. We'll help you manage your feed costs with our custom blended nutrition. For more information, visit us online at wildcatfeeds.com and call us today for our current mineral specials.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Purple Wave is a proud supporter of the Kansas FFA through the Bid for Blue program. Purple Wave donates a portion of the proceeds earned on certain ag assets to the Kansas FFA. Winning bidders can designate a Kansas chapter to receive the donation. To date, Purple Wave is proud to have donated over $10,000. Visit purplewave.com to learn more and to place bids on Bid for Blue assets. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
This segment is brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, just a short drive down the Yellow Brick Road. We're back, and we talked about volunteers that do the harvest here at the vineyards, and this is one of them, and your name is?
Russ Hutchins.
Well, Russ, how long have you been doing this?
Well, my first day, maybe 2 hours now.
2 hours, okay. That's great. Well, show me what you do.
Well, Greg showed me with the nippers. You find the vine, and then you trim it close to the main stem, and be careful you don't get your fingers. And then you get the handful.
Uh-huh.
put it in the tub.
Okay. And then, so how long are you going to do this till it gets to 105 degrees? Or
I'll probably knock off at 12.
at 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
And come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many tubs have you done in your 2 hours?
This is my third or fourth one.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think it's my third. Yeah.
So, do you enjoy wine?
I do. I enjoy drinking it and trying different kinds, and now I have a better appreciation of what it takes to go into, get the wine into the bottle and all that.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, every now and then do you sneak a couple and taste them?
No, I haven't eaten any. Greg needs those for the wine.
Okay. Well, now, see, I asked Greg if I could taste one, and I kind of picked one off of one of the bunches, and he said, no. That's not the way you taste grapes, so we did one of these.
I see.
And now I'm looking forward to it becoming really good wine. Not what I ate, of course, but what's being harvested. So the sun is climbing high in the sky, and the harvest goes on here at Davenport Winery. Of course, we're in the vineyards, and we have another person that helps getting the harvest in, and you are?
I'm Ben Gatter.
Ben, are you a volunteer?
No, I work here.
Oh, okay. So you've been put into the picking of the grapes today, then?
Yeah. It takes everyone that we can get to get them off of here and into the winery, so we're going to town on them.
Okay. Well, now you work here. What do you normally do?
Whatever needs to be done that day. Every day it's something different. Whether we're doing weed control or positioning the vines on the trellises and everything, or helping establish new vines or reestablish vines that have been restarted. There's always something different.
Okay, so when they crush the wines, do you guys put them in a vat and then you jump in there and stomp them? Or?
No, we have machinery for that. There's probably some sanitation issues with me jumping in a tank. I didn't take a shower this morning,
okay.
I don't know.
I see. All right, well, we'll let you get back to your picking here.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have another volunteer in the vineyards. She's taking a break.
Actually, I'm not. This is why I'm here.
Oh.
So what I'm doing right now is this ends up being what I call a pocket pause prayer shawl. So it's going to be about 2 inches long. The differences are it's got all the wonderment of a full-size prayer shawl, but it is made with donated yarn, blessed by hundreds of people, from fancy men in their suits to little women with cherry pie filling on their lips. And it comes with lots of holes and mistakes for the love to flow through. So I am making you one of these to go in your car.
All right. But you're also picking grapes
And
today.
I'm picking grapes, yes.
Okay.
And I did get to taste them. That was part of the excitement. I'm up here spotting grandbabies in Eudora, and I live in Cottonwood Falls now. And so I was up here about 3 years ago, stopped in, and they happened to have some grapes that were ripe, which were white like this. I don't know what kind they were for sure. And the very nice fellow gave me 2, and they just melted on my tongue. And so that has just lived in my soul forever, so I knew that we needed to have the fruit of the vine.
So this is your first day, right?
Yes, yeah, I've got 15 minutes seniority over the fellow you just talked to. It's been an awesome adventure, so
Great.
I'm very excited about it, and I'm glad that you're here, because that way people can know that they can come down and visit and let that inner child in them come play in the grapevines again.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Roy Fry Western Lifestyles brings the cowboy or cowgirl out in all of us. With a huge selection of must-have items, it doesn't matter if you're shopping for your horse, picking up some Western accessories to add that rustic charm to your home, or simply treating yourself. The knowledge and expertise to dress you your Western best is right here at Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, Highway 24 and Kansas Avenue in Topeka.
The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine is a leader in food animal research and education. Our researchers are constantly expanding the knowledge of animal health and food safety. Through the Veterinary Health Center and the Kansas State Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, we provide practical services for animal producers. Home of the Beef Cattle Institute, the college is committed to animal welfare training and research. The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, knowledge and service for the future of animal production.
We started using Multimin about 4 years ago. We started out first in our own cow herd and our own heifer replacement heifer program just to see how it worked, experiment with it. We don't like to put a new product out there with our clients unless we've tried it ourselves or there's a lot of data behind it that we like. We had really good results with it our first year, really are happy with the way things worked. So we decided to start using our clients, and we have been now for 3 years, and I would say 90 to 95% of our clients use Multimin.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
This segment brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. You may recognize Josh. He's the winemaker at the winery, and today he's picking grapes.
Well, I'm one of the winemakers. Greg's the head winemaker, and I'm the assistant winemaker.
Now, do you call it picking grapes or harvesting grapes, or either one?
Depends on what you'd like to do.
Okay. So today we've talked to a few of the volunteers here, and they really enjoy what they're doing. It seems to be a labor of love, and I know it is of yours too. Mm-hmm. Okay. So today, how long are you guys going to be out here in the field?
Most of the volunteers will stick around till about noonish or so when it starts to get really hot, and then we'll have to look at what we'll do for the rest of the day, whether or not some of us will come back out here and pick, or we'll go move to something else. But a few of us will probably come back out here and pick this afternoon to try to keep going. We'd like to get this all done today and tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, we were back in the Norton block, and so you're going to start that, hopefully next week? Or
probably about 4 weeks.
About 4 weeks.
4 or 5 weeks.
Okay. So today's grapes, then, when do you expect that they might be made into wine?
These are Vignoles, and the fermentation won't start probably until Sunday. They will be brought into the winery, crushed and destemmed, so we'll use a machine to separate all the berries off, and then from that point the berries will have their skins broken and be put into a press, and then we'll separate out the juice. As you can see, these guys are very, very juicy.
Wow.
And so if you want to get kind of an idea of what it's going to smell like, so go ahead and smell that. So Vignole has a very, very flowery aroma to it. And this is going to make a beautiful wine.
So when can we expect this vintage to be out?
Probably at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Wow. So be looking for 2013 vintage.
In 2015.
In 2015. All right. Let's go try something in the tasting room. From the vineyard to the glass. Grapes grown in Kansas, wine made in Kansas, and now we're in the tasting room. It's about 30 degrees cooler in here. Tell us about the tasting room, the hours, and what people can expect.
Well, what's nice about a tasting room at a Kansas farm winery is you can taste the wine before you buy it. We have a list of wines here today that are available. We have them broke down into dry, sweet, white, red, and some other wines made out of other fruits other than grapes. And we make very dry to very sweet, something for everybody. I make a total of probably a little over 40 wines. And the hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 5. And of course, any other time if you want to call and we're available, we'll let you stop by.
Believe me, it's easy to find. If we can find it, anybody can find it because we've been around Kansas a lot. So be sure to visit the winery and discover 100% Kansas-made wine 100% of the time.
Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of Dorothy Stream. We're the best part of Dorothy Stream.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.